Hey guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I'm your host, Bastion. This is Nintendo News. Let's get to that news. It was inevitable. It was going to happen sooner or later. It's just hilarious that it happened before the Switch came out. But somebody has already made a... let's just be nice and call it an homage, and not a ripoff of 1-2 Switch. No, let's just call a spade a spade. It's a ripoff. Somebody put out a... on Steam, which, how would this even work? The whole point of 1-2 Switch is that you've got those two controllers and you're not looking at really any kind of screen, and you're just feeling the vibrations and the controllers. In what universe is this ripoff an adequate supplement to that? I don't know, but anyways, it's not even cleverly titled. It's 1-2 Steam, I think, or something like that. 1-2 Swift, or... I don't know. In any case, it's ridiculous. I don't know what the heck the person who... You know, hey, this probably took time to program and everything. Why rip off something that your thing can't possibly hope to recapture? But anyways, I don't know. If you guys want to read more about that, there's a link down there for you. Defenders of the Triforce finally has officially come out. There was a press event where a whole bunch of different press people who lived in the Southern California or Middle California area were invited to go participate for free. And of course, I was not one of those people. I'm not a big enough name for that kind of thing. But in any case, there was a situation where, first of all, Game Explain put out a video about their experiences. Other people have put out regular attendees who've been able to attend the regular version, not the press version, but apparently there's no difference between the two, have also put out reviews, and apparently it is rather disappointing. I guess a lot of people expected that with, and in case you don't know what Defenders of the Triforce is, it's an officially licensed escape room done in a Zelda style. It utilizes Zelda names and Zelda stuff. You don't have to know anything about Zelda, apparently. When you go to it, you don't need any foreknowledge of any of the games or anything, but just a general understanding of what a Link is, what a Zora is. Apparently you don't even really need to know any of that. In any case, the way an escape room typically works is you and 5 to 10 other people are locked in a room, and you've got all these props, like, they're differently themed. Like, some are themed like a mad scientist's laboratory, and so you've got to, like, mix together things and find keys and solve puzzles and stuff to eventually be able to get yourself out of that room. So a Zelda one, how would that work? Well, you'd think, oh, it would be really cool if it was like a Zelda dungeon where you are in this one room and you've got to solve a puzzle to get a key to go into the next room and solve a puzzle. You know, maybe you're pushing blocks or you're refracting. Oh boy, my sciences knowledge is not so good. You know, like a laser, like in Wind Waker, when you're trying to reflect the lights off of those different mirrors, bouncing it until it hits something, and that could unlock the next door. I have all kinds of ideas. I wish they would have contacted me, because instead of any of that stuff, apparently you sit down at a table with your team in the middle of the room, and you're provided with a worksheet. And you just gotta kind of solve math puzzles and letter or rearranging puzzles, like anagram puzzles and stuff, and it's like, apparently very few of the puzzles actually have anything to do with Zelda, and when you, instead of being in a room that's all themes specific to Zelda, it's apparently just like some middle of the hotel kind of thing, or convention center, and then they've got these little curtained off kiosks that provide you clues that you then go back to your table. And apparently 90% of the time you're just sitting at your table solving this stuff on a worksheet. And tickets, by the way, start at $40. So you're paying $40 to fill out like a grade school worksheet thing. I wish I hadn't spent my money yet, because I'm not very excited to go to it. I'm still going to go to it. I spent my money. I'll give you a better review when I have done it myself and everything, but if the way these reviews are coming out are actually reflective of the actual experience, ooh, that's That's $40 down the drain, but I really wish they would have tried their best to make it more Zelda specific, and more like you're actually Link in a Zelda environment and you're pushing blocks or, you know, rearranging tiles to form a picture that gives you a clue to a puzzle or something. Anything but just solving word puzzles on a worksheet doesn't sound that exciting. Anyways, if you want to read all of the details about some experiences people have had, there's a link down there for you. So there was this demo thing. It was never meant to be a game, and it was shown 2 E3s ago called Project Giant Robot or something like that. And I actually was there at that E3 and didn't play it because it really didn't look that interesting, and apparently that was the general consensus amongst those at Nintendo themselves because they've canceled it. It's never going to be a game. And some people online are like, oh no, that's too bad, but it's like, I could have played the demo for free, and I avoided it because it looked boring, so I don't know. It's probably for the best that it's canceled, but maybe I'm just cynical. Our next story is about the fact that Nintendo is well aware that Microsoft and Sony have their own VR stuff coming out, other companies have their own VR stuff coming out, but Nintendo themselves do not, and the reason for that, says the president of Nintendo, is because he feels like the whole point of being able to play video games is to be able to play them for as long as you want in one sitting, and that's just simply not possible with VR. He didn't go into detail as far as why, but I assume it's because people get motion sickness or something. People reportedly have some kind of adverse reaction to VR after too long of a time. I know a friend of mine can't even go see 3D movies because all of that stuff flying at your face in a 3D movie gives her some kind of motion sickness issue. So it being completely surrounding you is probably that exponentially. So in any case, he says, because of that, Nintendo doesn't really want to do anything with VR if it's going to make people sick, so they're just simply not gonna. Which is interesting because the 3DS also supposedly made some people ill with that little 3D effect. But of course then Nintendo provided the slider to be able to pick and choose how, you know, robust you want that experience to be, and you could make it, turn it completely off. So anyways, the point is, at this current time, Nintendo is not going to be doing any VR stuff. They said they will continue looking into it, by which I think they mean if it becomes successful. If PlayStation and Microsoft are making billions off of VR, Nintendo was gonna put something out. But that's probably just the cynical part of me, realizing that Nintendo's a business and they don't want to miss out on any business opportunities. But anyways, that's it for this episode. See you guys in a couple days for more news. Bye, guys.